As the death toll from the tragic Sewol-ho ferry accident is on the rise, anger and frustration grows as the families of the missing and the victims demand to know why the captain and some of the crew fled the ship and failed to follow their responsibilities to look after their passengers. The one man with some of the biggest questions to answer is the captain. Investigators are looking into charging him with murder by omission. For more on this, we go over to our Kwon Soa at the news center. Soa.
Hi, Mark. As you probably remember, murderous was how President Park Geun-hye described the actions of the captain Joon-seok and the crew members. And now, investigators are examining whether the captain could be charged with homicide by omission, which can be pressed in the case of death caused by inaction by the defendant. The joint investigation of prosecutors and police, as well as the Justice Ministry, said on Tuesday they will inspect the legal principles. Captain E is currently charged with 5 offenses, and they include negligence and violating ship crew law, which requires the crew to remain on the vessel until all passengers escape. Now, to be charged with murder by omission, E will have to be found guilty of willful negligence, meaning that although he didn't intend to kill the passengers, he didn't care whether they lived or died.
Yes, well, those are extremely serious charges the captain is facing there, and the operator of the Sewol-ho ferry is being probed very carefully as well and is under suspicion of a number of illegal activities and actions.
That's right, Mark. The National Tax Service launched a special probe Tuesday into 4 firms that are closely related to the ferry's operator, Cheonghae-jin Marine Company, and imposed travel bans on 30 additional personnel related to the operator. Financial watchdogs have been looking into possible illegal foreign exchange trading and tax evasion by Yoo Byung-eun, former chairman of the company's parent firm, and his 2 sons. The family was banned from traveling this past Sunday. The Yoo family reportedly has more than $230 million worth of assets. And reports say former Chairman Yoo established 13 overseas corporate branches and used them to snowball the family's assets.
And so, with evidence and information coming to light over the past week, we can say this tragic accident is something that could have been avoided. But can you update us on all factors we know of that caused the sinking?
Sure, Mark. While a submerged rock was thought to have been the cause of the sinking in the early investigation stages, now we've got a clearer image of what happened. Renovations of the Sewol-ho ferry that was purchased from a Japanese company could have been the first cause, making it much heavier than before. Fast speed upon departure due to a delay and the much-discussed over-veering of the ship were seen as the main cause of the sinking. In addition, ignoring safety guidelines was an issue too. Opposition lawmaker Kim Young-nuk released new inspection data Tuesday that said the ferry was overloaded with 3 times more cargo than it should have been. Now, I'll be back with more updates in our later newscast.